And now for our tip interview. Sorry about that earlier. We had some technical difficulty. Anyway, how about you all introduce yourself?
Anarchy.
Oh, I'm Oliver Pickens.
And I'm Nick Johnson.
And I'm Milo Bennett.
I'm Jesse Rappaport. And I'm Tuna.
The
Cool.
Tuna.
So, your guys' band name is TIP, all caps. Does it stand for anything?
Yes.
Wait.
Want to elaborate?
Well, I thought it stood for Together in Paradise.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure it stood for thoroughly inbred possums.
Tig is in Paris.
Thoughtfully ingested potassium.
Though in fact posers.
Thyroid inflammation pills.
Turbo-injected punks.
Actually, I thought we were TIP for the longest time.
Well, so when did you guys start playing together? Did you just want to start a band, or was there any other particular reason?
Well, I had this dream one time. It was a pretty good dream. And I'm not going to get into it, because it's incredibly inappropriate, but what ended up happening is that Oliver started a band.
And then it happened to happen in real life. So here we are. Not sure when. That was a while ago. Was it like a year or two?
I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah. Like, it was...
Like 4.5 about, I would say.
About 18.
Like, first there was Jesse, and then there was Oliver.
Actually, no, that's true. It's been about 18 years. Like, because Tuna's always been in the band. Like, he gave me the idea originally. He's had it since, like, before he can remember. And so he told me about it. I decided that I should try and make it happen. So I talked to Nick, and then, you know, things happen.
Dude, shout out to former guitarist Zach Scott.
Definitely. Shout out to former guitarist
Thanks for bringing us
Zach
here
Scott.
this far.
Yeah, he helped us a lot. You know, if he hadn't have quit the band, I don't think we'd ever make it here.
I don't think we would have gotten out of my basement, actually.
That's probably true.
And we're still out of my basement.
It's true.
So, how would you guys classify your music?
Good.
It's mediocre.
Applecore.
Acoustic dub stench. It's a pretty technical genre. Basically, you hit a string and then detune as fast as you can, then retune as fast as you can. So it goes, wow.
Thanks for being honest, Nick. Back to you, Tyler.
Awesome. So how do you go about writing your songs?
Ooh.
Ah, God.
Well, Tuna's always saying, let's write a song about swag. And then we're always like, no, Tuna, we have enough songs about swag. And then we proceed to write songs about whales and Greg.
Yeah, we're
That's
pretty proud
pretty
of
much
that.
how it works.
Wales won.
Yeah. I mean,
So the first song you guys played in your set was Nuke the Whales, right? So,
Yes.
I'll do it's my favorite.
what was your
Actually,
guys' inspiration for Nuke the Whales?
actually, the first song we played in our set was just the instrumental version of Nuke the Whales.
It goes like this. It goes, bap, bap, bleh.
Yeah. And so that
Wait.
actually...
Like, that's the sound
the
that
inspiration
happens when a
come
whale actually gets nuked. Like, unknown fact, there's the blip of it hitting the water, then the blip of it going off underground, then the of the whale slowly being suffocated on radiation and boiling water.
Great.
That's the inspiration right there.
But then we did play Nuke the Whales, and it was much better.
That one has a completely different inspiration, though. That's not from actually nuking whales. Only the instrumental versions from that.
Like, it's actually, like, it's about corporate greed, right?
I thought it was about, like... Yeah.
It's about the contradictions of love and hate.
No, we're all lying. It's actually about shooting nuclear missiles in the ocean.
That's not true, Nick.
I wrote the song.
I wrote the song.
No, I wrote the song.
Tuna actually wrote the song.
He really
it used
did.
to be called Nuke the Swag.
Tuna's actually where all our talent comes from. He's in college right now studying music theory, and he writes all of our music, and I don't think we'd be able to put it together without him. Like, yeah.
Don't forget Milo. He gives a lot of good ideas also.
Little known fact, during our live set, Tuna was actually making sandwiches.
On all the covers, because that's
Every
his
cover
original instrument.
Actually, the only thing that has truthfully been said about me was actually the last one, which is rather interesting. But everything else is complete fabrication. I just like to make that clear.
He's actually lying. He's really incredible, and we're really happy to have him because, like, you know, that song that we did, this is the first time we ever did it, Or Space Doodle, though, he actually wrote that for us, like, while we were there live, and we all just kind of trusted him with it, and we did it on the spot, and it turned out pretty okay.
As Tuna would say, it was swag.
Completely untrue. All these things are not factual statements at all.
Back to you, Tyler.
Well, that sounds like some pretty deep stuff that goes behind all your songs.
Speaking of deep, Tuna's rolling.
So, do any of your other songs have interesting backstories, or are they all just Tuna saying swag?
We have this song called "Gunner Stop Calling Me." It's a new cover we wrote. It's pretty good. I don't know. It's not quite ready yet, but it'll be there soon.
We actually wrote the cover. It's pretty impressive.
Anyway,
I don't know. I think actually the biggest backstory is Hawthorne Theater. Or Forget You.
Clive.
Actually, Clive has the biggest background story.
Dude, Jesse.
Okay, so me and my enemy Oliver were hanging out at a house, and as we were there, we were like, yo, let's go to the attic, and then we were both like, yeah, and then we walked upstairs to the attic, and then we were like, hey, is that a ghost? And then Clive was like, yeah, I'm a ghost.
It was pretty crazy. I wasn't the Oliver. He just told me like immediately after.
Sounds pretty interesting. So,
Nope. No.
Jesse, you play the kiddie pool. Is there anything that inspired you to play the kiddie pool? Was it just your calling? Is it what the band needed to fully realize your sound?
It's because he can't really do anything else.
There was some pretty rockin' piano in there, actually.
No, he has no talent.
Okay.
No, so that's pre-recorded piano, actually.
Like, we sampled the hell out of that.
So, what kind of music do you guys like? What would you consider your inspiration behind Tip?
Inspiration behind Tip. Well, the first song we ever wrote was Gunner, You Really Need to Stop Calling Me. But since then, it's been like, I don't know, that was our original inspiration, which led us to a lot of songs. But then from there, we've just kind of had to get inspiration from nowhere, which made a lot of our songs somewhat forced. But
Actually,
they're still pretty mediocre.
I actually would think that our majority of our inspiration comes from Leo Lassen.
Yeah. He was in Morning Bedhead. Oops, I mean, he was in Stoneworker. Oops, I mean, he was in Color Crash. But,
No, that's not true. He was in Marmalade Machine.
Oh, sorry. Okay, anyway.
I thought it was White Lighter.
He was in something, and
Yeah.
he was like, ding, 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 ding. That's the piano.
He was really good.
That's debatable.
Cool. So, do you guys have any shows or events coming up? And where can we hear about such things?
Facebook.com/tipmusic 90.7.
This is Tip Talk at 10 o'clock.
With
With
Tyler.
Tip and Tyler.
Anyway, go to our website, facebook.com/tipmusic. And then also, we're playing at Laughing Horse at some point in February. You can find that on our Facebook page.
Yeah, we'll have recorded tracks on pretty soon.
Okay. Well, good stuff. Thank you.
Wait, Tyler, we have some questions for you.
Do we have time for that? I'm not sure we have time for that. Sorry,
killing me.
guys.
Like, I actually wrote some up.